to see some serious shit.
Expecting someone else?
I need to ponder.
Yes, this is Suite 302. No, I'm afraid the room won't do. The bed's too small.
One moment, sir. Did you hear that?
Tell him that's all there is, unless he would like the bridal suite.
I'm sorry, sir. That's all we have available, except the bridal suite.
Well, let's have a look at it. I may like it.
The porter will show it you. He will be up immediately.
He's a pervert. Call the police.
My name's G. You know the rest. And welcome to a very special review from Movie Moan. It hardly seems like we're breaking new ground in the field of podcasts by me just being on camera talking to you, but in another way, it is. You've never seen me before. We've never done it quite like this, but this is no ordinary review. This is very, very special. It actually goes back a few months. For those of you who are regular listeners and watchers of our show, you'll know that we had on our special guest, writer, producer, director, special features maestro, Mr. Robert Meyer Burnett. He's often in my dreams. Jamie Williams, my podcast partner in crime, found Robert just bullshitting on Twitter, something which I don't do, unfortunately. And it's Jamie who I have to thank, because he got Robert on our show. We were talking on Skype for a completely different reason. We were doing a completely different show, nothing to do with James Bond, but it came quite clear within 5 minutes of talking to Robert that he was and is the biggest James Bond fan on the planet. There's no question of this, and you know how I can prove it? He found out that the 23rd James Bond film, or the third James Bond film as Jamie likes to call it because it's a new series, Skyfall, opens in the UK 2 weeks before the States. And as soon as Robert heard that, he booked himself a trip to London for a week just so he could beat the rest of his Yank buddies to the punch. Right now it is Thursday, October 25th. Skyfall opens in the UK in about 9 hours or something like that, and I'm gonna see it with Robert tomorrow. I mean, we were just talking on Skype. He said he was coming over and he just said, "Hey Phil, come too." Alright, fine. So we've got tickets booked for the 10:30 show tomorrow at the Odeon Leicester Square. He said he's got tickets booked for the 5 p.m. show as well, and I've got tickets for the 9 p.m. show at the BFI IMAX, the biggest screen in the UK, because this is the first James Bond film in IMAX, and it's about bloody time if you ask me. So it's going to be a pretty fucking cool day. The only thing I don't know at the moment is whether we're going to actually be able to record any of this as it's happening, because I thought basically that this is such a special event that it should be recorded just for my own memories, just for prosperity. The way it stands right now, Skyfall could be the best James Bond film ever that we've seen, period, the end. And if that's true, then I want to remember how I felt when I saw it. So I just bought a little Sony Handycam. I'm going to film some stuff, not in the theatre obviously because I'll get thrown out, and I'm just hoping that I'm going to be able to record a review as it happened right here in London with Mr. Robert Meyer Burnett. He hasn't technically agreed to this yet, and you'll soon know if it doesn't work out, because if he says no, then it'll just be me giving you the review right here in this hotel room. But regardless, it's going to be an amazing day tomorrow, and let's find out how it turns out. So, as I was saying yesterday, if Robert didn't agree to anything, I'd be just doing the review in my hotel room. As you can see, we are here in Leicester Square. You can't tell it's Leicester Square right now, but when we go around the corner you will. But I am going to give Robert his bribe for being on my show. I brought him gifts.
I love that.
So
I love being bribed.
So what I have got you, as promised, sir, first of all, is the 007 Smelly set.
Oh.
You have aftershave, shower gel and deodorant.
Wow.
Costs about £20.
This, now, come on. Now I'm a real man. Right here.
They will be.
Wow. I don't know what to say, Phil.
Just 5 minutes in the bathroom, in the cinema, and you're good to go.
Wow. I don't know what to say. This is 00 awesome. Fantastic.
They're not a sponsor, by the way. I know it looks like it right now, but they're not a sponsor. Available at Harrods. And also, I've also brought Roberts, out of my private collection, a copy of the 007 magazine, the Timothy Dalton retrospective issue, giving the man the credit he is due, finally.
Wow. And look at that cover. I've actually never seen this photograph before. That is a very fine photo. And this is obviously, judging from the hair, this is a License to Kill photo. This had to have been done License to Kill.
As I was saying yesterday, Robert is the biggest James Bond fan on the planet. There is no question. He can identify a film by the actor's hair, something I cannot do.
His bad side was a dangerous place to be. That was the ad line for License to
July
Kill.
'89. There is also, even though you don't like the film, Robert doesn't like License to Kill, but there is a very interesting article in the back about the UK censor cuts to the film. And that huge battle it went through. It is an absolutely fantastic article. You will have to get this on eBay. It's not available in the shops, I'm afraid, but if you can get a hold of this, it's absolutely fantastic. Tribute to John Barry, because The Living Daylights was his last film. Article on that. That's yours to keep forever.
I don't know what to say. It's only my second time in Blighty. Thanks, man.
You are welcome, sir.
Thank you so much. And now, around the corner, go to see Skyfall. That was Robert Meyer Burnett before Skyfall. This is Robert Meyer Burnett after Skyfall. I need to ponder. I need to think about it.
We went to the first show. This is the next one.
It wasn't even full, the one we were in. There were all the empty seats at the front.
Yeah.
So maybe people bought tickets, they couldn't get time.
There's Bond with his chronic back pain.
Different kind of a movie. It seemed like it was made in 1975 by William Friedkin. It's the most beautiful looking Bond film ever.
Oh, the scenes in Scotland were amazing. I want to go there hiking.
Incredible. I really love it. I mean, it's what did you got you're on Sky News now. What did you say?
I just said it was good. I thought it was fantastic. Yeah.
And you're not a hardcore Bond fan to start with?
Oh, no, but I think it was probably one of the most well-balanced Bonds I've seen, actually. I think it did everything.
It hit all the buttons for me, certainly.
Yeah.
And I'm not a crazy Bond fan, so I don't follow it all the way through, but
Yeah.
I like this one.
Yeah,
After being kind of off some of the real great photos, I like that.
But it's certainly not an action fest.
No.
It's very, very different.
I would just like to say it's a quiet film, which this film is great, except when there's excessive coughing in the audience. Really, really bothersome.
Do you know what I think it is? I think Sam Mendes has an amazing way of creating space, and he can just stop time. And you know, he just creates the space. And I think that's what this film had.
That's so
Had a lot of space. So you didn't, it wasn't. He really went on the story with it. Whereas I think the others sometimes trying to get too much in, and you come out and you're a bit exhausted. Whereas I think.
How you doing? I'm Rob Burnett. Good to meet you. Did you enjoy the film? The last one is easily the best one.
We've just done our second viewing of Skyfall. We're in the theatre right now. I might get thrown out, but I don't care. You feeling okay, Robert?
Yeah, I figured it out. This film is the Unforgiven of the Bond franchise. As you said, it's a thriller. It's not an action film. It's deliberately paced. It's mannered. And it has a lot more intellect and pathos going on than the standard Bond film. I think it transcends the Bond genre, and Bond in itself is a genre. And this transcends that genre in every way, shape, and form. And this Bond marks the end of one era and the beginning of another. I don't know what that new era is going to be. It can either go back to the old way, or it can advance and evolve, not unlike V'ger. Picture. So, after seeing it the second time, I feel very fulfilled.
Oh, sorry folks, music's getting a little dramatic. We'll be right back.